What's good? Shout out to everybody listening to this bitch. Oh, I shared the wrong screen. Donnell, what's good? Nick, what's good? Ted, what's popping? Terry, how you doing? What's going on? Um, the reason. All right, so this is ongoing. This story been going on now for about I think about close to 2 weeks now, and I haven't spoke on it. Traffic stop. Guy named Tyree Nichols get pulled over. Somehow he end up in the hospital. Man, bruh, man, when I say these folks beat the shit out of this man. All right, somehow he end up in the hospital, beat the fuck up, and dies from his injuries. You know what I'm saying? I haven't spoke on the situation because I hear about it. I'm in the city where it happened. I hear about it. You know what I'm saying? News, social media, whatever, you hear about it. I don't know the full details. We don't know the full details. You know what I'm saying? We know that the FBI had picked the case up. They've been investigating with the TBI. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee Bureau of Investigation had picked the case up. They investigating it. The Memphis Police Department is investigating through camera footage that they have. And today they released a statement. You know what I'm saying? I got that motherfucker right here. They released a statement earlier today via Twitter, though. You know what I'm saying? They released this bitch via Twitter. Via, how you want to say, you know what I'm saying? But it said the Memphis Police Department has concluded its administrative investigation into the tragic death of Mr. Tyree Nichols. After a thorough review of the circumstances surrounding this incident, we have determined that the 5 Memphis Police Department officers violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, meaning they beat the shit out this man. Wait till y'all see this picture. Beat the shit out this man. Also, duty to intervene, meaning that some of these niggas out of these 5 got fired for not stopping them beating him, and the duty to render aid, meaning they didn't call for help. They didn't call an ambulance. So you got out of this 5, I don't know, they didn't give us who or say who. You know what I'm saying? The names listed at the bottom when I finished reading it, but this is the 5 officers that have been terminated. Out of these 5 officers, some of them are being terminated for not stopping the beating. Some are being terminated for not intervening in the beating, and some are being fired for not calling the fucking ambulance. You know what I'm saying? Or EMS or paramedic or any fucking thing, fire department, anything, any type of help. Earlier today, each officer charged was terminated from Memphis Police Department. The Memphis Police Department is committed to protecting and defending the rights of every citizen in our city. The egregious nature of this incident is not a reflection of the good work that our officer programs with integrity. Our officers perform with integrity every day. I can't read this because it's a fucking lie. I hate the fact that it's 5 black officers, which I can't say I hate the fact, but because it's they ignorant ass, they did it. But the reason why I'm saying I hate the fact that it's 5 black officers because about 20% of Memphis Police Department is black. You know what I'm saying? Only 20%. And now you didn't cut that number in half, y'all stupid motherfuckers, by one nigga. Y'all want to be cool, want to be partners, and let some niggas beat the shit out of somebody. And the reason why I haven't spoken on it because my brother, one of my younger brothers, he's a police officer. He works for MPD. And in certain situations, he didn't say he didn't have to beat a nigga ass. In certain situations, teenagers almost ran him over in a stolen fucking Infinity. You know what I'm saying? Like coming right at him, hitting the gas, trying to run him over. You know what I'm saying? Certain instances where he had to defend himself, you know what I'm saying? Hand-to-hand combat. They teach these folks in the academy, bro. They teach you to box. They teach you martial arts. And they teach you when you pull your gun, you are shooting the fucking kill. You aiming at the head when you pull your gun. That's what MPD teaches you. So I really don't know. what more I can say about the situation. Like I could bring like somebody asked me why what I thought about it or why I haven't talked about it. I haven't talked about it because I haven't dug deep into the situation because I kind of figured they was guilty anyway. You know what I'm saying? You said they're all of them are liable if we get caught up while a crime is happening, but somebody we will get charged too. Cops should be different. That's why they getting. That's why they getting fired. So what make them start beating homie like that? He was giving them problems at the traffic stop. That's what they saying. That's why they want the footage. Everybody saying this dude was quiet. He was square. He rode skateboards and all this shit. The traffic stop somehow the traffic stop led to him end up running or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or led to a physical altercation. We don't know. We don't know if he ran. We don't know what they got to fighting for. Police just beat the shit out this man. I'm gonna let y'all look at the news clip, and then I'm gonna let y'all, man. Y'all got boy. I don't know which one side show first. Man, I'm gonna try to let y'all look at this picture. I don't know if y'all can see it real good, but man, look at this man's face. He died from his injuries, man. Like both his nose looked broke, both his eyes swollen, closed. They beat the shit out this man during this traffic stop. This is the only picture that I can find, like clear picture of his face. We still don't even have video footage of what happened. They saying they're gonna release it. They saying the video is gonna get released soon. I don't know how. I don't know when it's soon. I don't know if it's in a couple days. I don't know if it's in a week. But they saying they're gonna release the video footage. So man, look how swole this man's head is. Look how swole his head is. Let me see something. Why it won't come up? Look how swole this man's head is. Bro was skinny as hell. You gonna get to see another picture of him. That nigga like he air bit of 250, 260. My side probably 270. That man head is too big for his body. His whole head is fucking swole. Not solid in the front of that motherfucker. Discolored everywhere. Oh no, you said is it on mute? Let me check. It may be, it may not. Let me see. I want y'all to pay attention. I'm gonna start it over. I want y'all to pay attention how
police department breaks it.
I want y'all to pay attention how skinny he is. Thank you. He don't even look the same. I want y'all to pay attention to how skinny he is, bro. I don't know which out of all these niggas, I don't know which one beat the shit out of him. I know it couldn't be his happy ass. These two don't look like they fought him. It looked like it had to be one of these two niggas or both of these niggas right here. These two niggas look like they'll do some shit like that. These two niggas right here look like they will take, you know what I'm saying, take their little authority they got too serious. These three niggas don't look like they'll do no shit like that. They probably fine for not intervening. These niggas right here look like he probably was the main nigga. But these two niggas look like they'll do that shit. They just got that look. You said dude at top went to Craig went, and it was one the top right, him right here. Shit, I wouldn't know him. I graduated from Craig Munt way before he probably was there. Shit, I wouldn't know his ass at all. You know what I'm saying? They just got their face. Yo, they just got their face like them niggas stay in some shit or they got an attitude, a fucked up attitude. These two niggas right here. But just pay attention when they show his regular picture, bro. Capital City fans was good. Show his regular picture on how they just swole him up, bro.
Breaking news: a Memphis Police Department administrative investigation is over. 5 Memphis police officers identified, fired, and charged. Tonight, we get our first look at the officers police say involved in that confrontation with 29-year-old Tyree Nichols.
See what I'm saying? Look how small he is.
With 29-year-old Tyree.
Look how small and skinny he is. They don't even look like the same person. When they show him in that hospital bed, he don't even look like the same person, man. They really beat the shit out there, man.
Tyree Nichols.
My baby brother.
All of this coming after at least one protest today. Nichols supporters awaiting video of the incident, calling for its release now, not later, as promised.
Man, whole head swole.
Tonight, Fox 13 has you covered from insights from the head of the NAACP Memphis chapter in studio to also in studio, a longtime law enforcement supervisor shedding light on what's possibly going on behind the scenes.
We're going to fight. Like what they did to my brother, they might as well
look at him. He don't even look the same,
as the
bro.
Mid-South prepares for the release of video showing exactly what happened the day of the confrontation, we're ensuring you're informed of the facts of what could be a monumental case, the Mid-South right at the center of it.
Release the tape! Release the tape!
Fox 13 News at 9 is next.
Fox 13 News at 9 starts now with breaking news.
And we begin at 9 with that breaking news tonight. We now know the names of faces of the 5 officers who Memphis police say were involved in the death of Tyree Nichols. Those 5 officers have now been fired. Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Daniel Wilkerson. Darcy Thomas and Daryl Green have the night off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Donnell. Like you saying, dude on the top, you don't remember him acting like that. People change, bro. They get older. People go through shit. People be different. He was a kid then when you knew him. If he was at Craig Mine, he was a kid. Nigga grown now.
Memphis police releasing exactly why these 5 officers were fired. Let's get right to Fox 13's Kayla Solomon, who joins us live now. Kayla, before we get to those officers, we see some barricades behind you.
Daniel, the barricades aren't quite out here yet, but take a look at the gate around the City Hall entrance. Now, as someone who's out here on a weekly basis, it's always gated because of the construction. People. But now there's gates leading all the way up to the entrance. You can see this part can close so that no one could get in. I am told from one of my sources here at City Hall that there were barricades brought into the garage earlier. That way, if they need to be brought out quickly, they can. Of course, this could be in response to the latest in the Tyree Nichols death investigation. The newest development in just the last 2 hours is that these 5 officers their names and faces were released. These are their names. They are Officers Tadarius Bean, Officer Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith. The violations, according to the city, are the use of excessive force, the duty to intervene, and the duty to render aid. Now, I spoke to Representative Antonio Parkinson just minutes after the announcement. He was one of a number of state leaders who represent Memphis who got a text this afternoon calling for a last-minute Zoom meeting with the city. And he says that this was to make sure they were all on the same page with the latest on the Nichols investigation. He says these arrests are just one piece of the puzzle.
That shit, that's by curb and middle. That shit is like 8 minutes from my house, 2 minutes from my mama's house, 30 seconds away from my brother's house. Like I frequent that area, frequent that motherfucking intersection. I gotta go there to see my mom. I gotta go through the intersection. To see my brother and them, I gotta go through the intersection. Any of my brothers, sisters, I gotta go through the intersection. Come through that hole all the time. I never seen the police there. I've never seen the police at that light though. I put officer at that light. But I'm saying this area right here, bro, it's like this not even a high crime area. So I don't know why they would pull him over. So that's why I say that's why I haven't spoke on him, because there's no Like nobody's saying nothing. They not saying why they pulled him over. The police not saying what led to the altercation. They not dropping the body cam footage. Like it's no information out there besides the simple fact that he got pulled over. They showed him in the hospital, beat the fuck up. They beat him to death because he died from his injuries. The whole head swole. And all of a sudden, his brother spoke out first. His brother was like, my brother wasn't no troublemaker. His car was his. He owned his car. He had registration, insurance, all that. My brother was too. He was a loner. He rode skateboards and shit. And then his coworker came out. When the nigga that he worked with came out and said that he was laid back, he was cool. He wasn't that type of guy. He wasn't aggressive or nothing like that. And then that's when the FBI jumped into it. That's when they said they're gonna open up an investigation because people have been speaking out on it on the news. That's the only reason they even opened up the investigation, because everybody went on the news speaking out about it. But we have no information. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's why I haven't spoken on it, because there's no information on what happened. We don't know if he hit one of them. He could have been having a bad day, hit one of them, cussed one of them out. Not saying there was a reason why a motherfucker should, you know what I'm saying, lose their life because you cuss a motherfucker out, because I'm going to cuss a motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, there's nothing to let us know what led to this beating, because they truly beat the shit out of him.
I think it's very important that we keep the family in mind, and you know, that they know that you know, our heartfelt sympathy, you know, is going out to them, and you know, we need as elected officials to you know, make sure that justice is served in whichever manner it's supposed to be served, and that is treated fairly.
So now the big question, of course, is when will that body cam footage be released? We were told earlier this week that we can expect to see it released next week after the family and attorney Ben Crump have viewed it privately. And we now know, as of this afternoon, that attorney Crump says he will be in town on Monday with the family to have a press conference at 1 p.m. downtown. Coming up at 9:30, I'll tell you more of what we can expect to see in the coming days, and also what this could mean next. Daniel?
Kayla, it's a case that will no doubt have a lot of eyes on it. Kayla Solomon starting our coverage off at 9. Kayla, thanks. Tonight, we are taking a deeper dive into the officers involved in this case. We begin with Officer Tadarius Bean. He has been on the job not even 3 years. He was hired in August of 2020. The next officer terminated is Officer Demetrius Haley. He was also hired in August of 2020. The third officer is Officer Emmett Martin III. He has been on the job a little longer. He was hired back in March of 2018. Then there is Officer Desmond Mills. He has been on the job for 6 years. He was hired in March of 2017. The last officer terminated is Justin Smith. He was hired back in March of 2018. All of these men who you see on your screen have been fired by the Memphis Police Department due to their involvement in the arrest that led to the death of Tyre Nichols 2 weeks ago. Now comes calls to see the video.
Release the tape! Release the tape! Release the tape! Release the tape!
As Kayla mentioned, the family of Tyre Nichols.
Man, look at that man head. That shit ridiculous. Fuck them being fired. They need to be charged with fucking murder. And I ain't talking about no involuntary manslaughter, no manslaughter charge. Like, these motherfuckers need to be really charged, like the same way that they charged them niggas that they got them and did George Floyd, the way they did him, or the same way the Ahmaud Arbery case, all that shit went down. These niggas need to go through the same shit. The same shit they see on TV, they need to go through the same fucking shit. That man don't even look like the same person no more. Man, whole head swole. Oh, yeah, I seen that. They shot that man in the head for no reason, Ted. I seen that shit. Outside the Family Dollar shot him in the head and then wouldn't let nobody help him and shit. And he died in the hospital. Yeah, I seen that shit, bro. They shot him because they said it was some a white lady called the police, said she seen some teenagers riding around in the gun. Riding around in the car waving the gun or some shit. And they pulled up the Family Dollar, and as soon as he walked out the door, they just instantly shot that man in the head. I seen that shit.
Nichols is set to see body cam footage this coming Monday. A press conference has been set up with the family and their lawyer, Ben Crump. Attorney Ben Crump says the Nichols family will speak publicly Monday afternoon after they see Memphis police video of Tyree Nichols' confrontation with Memphis police. Now, the news of the officers being fired has us asking, of course, a lot of questions. Is
it me and that nigga her making him look like the Grinch? Maybe it just be me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's about the investigation that led to the firings. For some time, there have been a lot of questions in this case. Of course, I am joined here in studio by Mike Collins. Mike, you worked in law enforcement for some 25 years. You worked as a supervisor. Tell me, what goes into the firing of a police officer?
Well, I want to first offer my condolence to the Nichols family before I begin. And to begin an investigation such as this, where it culminated into death, of course, there's extensive investigation that begins with the actions of the police officers that are involved. Of course, at the scene, they're going to collect evidence, everything that's pertinent to the investigation in and of itself. And then the investigation part start. The TBI normally handles situations such as this. It begins with them. And of course, once again, they're collecting evidence, taking statements from witnesses. And if there's a video or anything like that, they will utilize that as part of their investigation.
Yeah, speaking of the video, so many have wondered why there would be so much time in between the time that video is released. Why do you think they are taking this time?
Well, it's very important that you do not compromise the integrity of the investigation by releasing that video, because one is one of the most critical parts of the investigation. So, and being honest, this is a very quick investigation by just looking at the time it took the TBI and other investigators to get to this point where they're ready to release the video. So I think it's actually in a very good, timely manner.
Yeah, and a lot of people have wondered this. In the age of all of these cameras, everybody has a camera. We have street cameras. What would lead? And of course, these officers are they're innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
But just in a generalized way, what would lead officers to act in this manner as the city has said they acted?
Well, one is still beyond me why a person would act in this particular manner when exactly what you just said. Not only do the officers have camera capability in this technology, but the public does too. And it is beyond any type of explanation as to why an officer will act in this particular behavior when they know the camera is running.
Mm-hmm. And that leads me to another question. Many have said to me, you have 5 officers who were involved here. Why isn't there perhaps one officer who would say, are we going too far? Now, we want to emphasize, I'm asking these questions in general because these officers, as I said, are innocent until proven guilty. But we see the video. Is it the camaraderie that police have amongst each other?
Well, that's part of it. It's a particular police culture where you do have that camaraderie where you engaged in policing. Of course, I would assume that every officer, when they come on duty, that their goal is to do a good job. Now, when they get to the point where you're using force, excessive force, and other actions that are very questionable, I think it's incumbent upon officers to do the right thing. Someone has to step forward. In situations like this, you see a person that's acting aggressive, then it's incumbent upon other officers to bring that person down and bring, if someone has to use logic, and that's one of the most important things. And I get it, you want to do the job, but that's not part of doing a very effective job if it's going to result in someone's.
Oh, they not getting off for this shit. They're not getting off. Because when that footage come out, if Memphis Police Department saying they self, I'm gonna just feel like this. If Memphis Police Department fired these niggas, they in the wrong. Like they did some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? They done beat this man ass for a long ass time.
Death, and especially in a situation like this is just so unfortunate. And one, it gives police officers a black eye and a bad reputation.
Fuck a bad reputation. This is the reason why niggas hate to get pulled over by the police now, because you never know what they gonna do. Fucking overuse their fucking powers. Like that little authority they got, abuse their authority. That's why nobody want to get pulled over by the police officer. Fuck paying a ticket. It's the fact that I want to put up this bitch ass nigga might have an attitude. He might be on some extra ass shit, all that.
And that's one of the things that everyone in law enforcement is trying to resist, this particular image. This is an ugly image, and it's nothing I could say that's going to make this look any better. But back to your question, the environment, I get it that they want to do aggressive policing, proactive policing, and this is what they are trying to do. However, when it gets to the point where you're using force, and then I think the biggest question is, well, what's the justification of using that force?
Right. Why?
That would end in death, and that's at the end of this particular investigation. What was the justification for using deadly force? Because that's exactly what happened at the end of this particular incident.
Mike Collins, our security law enforcement analyst. I'm sure that we will be coming to you in the days to come. 25
Absolutely.
Years in the field. We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Tonight, we are getting responses from the Memphis Police Association and the lawyer representing the family of Tyre Nichols. They are all responding to the news of the 5 officers being fired. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live from the Breaking News Center. Lakia, what did the Police Association have to say?
Come on, like he from Whoville.
Yes, Daniel, the Memphis Police Association released a statement tonight, and it reads, quote, due to the ongoing criminal investigation, the Memphis Police Association will not comment on the termination of officers in the Tyre Nichols case. The citizens of Memphis, and more importantly, the family of Mr. Nichols, deserve to know the complete account of the events leading up to his death and what may have contributed to it. And tonight we have also heard from the family's attorney, Ben Crump and Antonio Romanucci are responding tonight, saying we join Tyre's family in supporting the department's decision to terminate the 5 officers who brutalized him, ultimately causing his death. This is the first step towards achieving justice for Tyre and his family. They must also be held accountable for robbing this man of his life and his son of a father. In the coming days, we will review the video footage from this violent attack, providing the family and community more clarity into what led to the loss of
Antonio, this nigga wasn't even in the city. Nigga, when they released that statement, this nigga was in Nashville congratulating the new governor. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even in Memphis to handle this shit. So how he need to do? You told I need to do his job. They need to get rid of his ass. You said I'm in Indiana. I swear to God, I ain't never seen that many black people like that. Oh, that's all it is in Memphis. That's all you see, niggas and Mexicans.
this young man, father and son. We will continue to demand transparency and accountability in this case and will not stop until we achieve full justice for Tyre and his family. Now, we've also heard from the state senator, Ramesh Akbari, on those firings. She released a statement on the firings saying it's no secret Memphis police officers have a difficult job to do, but there is no excuse for police brutality against our citizens. I am thankful Mayor Strickland and Chief Davis took decisive action. Right now, we should support anyone who is doing the work to make sure justice prevails. The only way forward, keeping our citizens safe, is to work together to build relationships and support reform that stops police brutality. Folks, we have work to do to bridge divides and heal the wounds in our community. It's the hard work that must be done. I am praying for Tyre Nichols and his family, as well as our community, in hopes that this does not happen again, end quote. Now, coming up at 10, we're getting so many responses and so much reaction from the community. We'll have more of that coming up. Daniel.
That's Lakia Scott for us in our breaking news center. Lakia, thanks. Now, once again, 5 Memphis police officers.
Well, he keeps saying the same thing. We just saying the police officers. We ain't got the update on what's going on. Like I said, there's no information out. Monday, we will have the camera footage, the body cam footage to see what really happened. We don't know what took place. We don't know what caused the altercation. We don't know what gave them the thought that they could use deadly force and beat the shit out of somebody. But when I do get more information, we'll cover more of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't stretch out nothing if I don't have information. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have for y'all tonight, and I will be back with more information Monday. And the Cowboys play tomorrow, so I'll be back tomorrow too. Shit.